Hello. So let's take a look at your video. And to do that, I'm going to share my screen with you and then put this away, and we'll bring up over here QuickTime. And so let's take a look through the video first. And
my name is Jackson Aaron. I'm the Vice President of Monsanto Company. I'm here with some of my fellow Vice Presidents, and we're going to be presenting to you about why we think, or about how we can inspire confidence in your writing. So starting things off, I'm just going to show you a motivational video by one of my personal friends, Michael Jordan, and we'll just leave you with that.
I feel like I'm the most fierce competitor there is. I don't think I'm ever going to find something equal to the game of basketball.
They talk about guys being competitors. He was the fiercest of all the competitors.
I know Jesus worked 7 days a week. On 6 days, he rested on Sunday, didn't he? But Michael Jordan played on Sunday.
An assassin personified that had that killer instinct.
I'm not sure people really know how good this guy is.
Michael Jordan at his best, there's very few people on this planet that can do this.
For me, Michael Jordan was a killer. It didn't matter. He wanted to come in and kill you. What motivates me is the unknown. No one knows. They can all speculate, but no one really knows. And myself, I didn't know. But I didn't let that stop me. I let that motivate me more so than anything. As long as it's unknown, that means I have a chance. And that's where I pursue my own career. No matter what the game is, who you're playing against, you have to win the ball, the clock, the pressure. Block all that out. All you think about is what you have to do to win.
Kind of thinking about what Michael Jordan says right there. That quote, what motivates me is the unknown. And as long as it is an unknown, that means I have a chance. So I know you guys, you're seniors in high school. You're about to take a big leap into the unknown. No matter where you're going to college, going to work, just living, it doesn't matter. You're taking a big step. We're going to be giving you some tools and some tips and tricks to help you guys move on into that unknown. Right now, I'll pass things off to my fellow Vice President, Brendan.
Scholarships and writing, how do they correlate? Well, it's a big deal, guys. Scholarships that Monsanto offers is amazing. For example, we have a $25,000 yearly scholarship that goes to the STEM students, whether you're in math or science. We also have other community-wise scholarships where if you're in a certain community, we can offer you like $10,000 annually for your tuition. This is a big deal, guys. Scholarships are important to get into college. For writing is important through scholarships, through life, really. I've been through multiple resumes and multiple applications for scholarships for important jobs, and I've seen 4.0s and all those, and yeah, they're important, but at the same time, if the writing is just not there, I'm going to push it aside. For example, a comma, or how they speak within that writing. That's your first interaction with the recruiter. So writing is really important. I highly encourage you to keep the papers until later. There's links for like free education on how to write or any subject, as well as like LinkedIn, where you can find internships as well. Now I'm going to hand it off to Miguel, Vice President. Thank you.
Thank you. So writing is very important for you in your careers. As silly as it sounds, any kind of mistake can change the whole meaning of your presentation. As we can see here, we don't want to eat one of our family members. We want to make sure that we put the comma on the right place. That way they really understand our message. We want to share a meal with them. We don't want to eat them. So as funny as this sounds, this is very important. But I just want to leave you guys with a reflection and changing the tone of this presentation. I just want to say that I was a kid just like you, sitting in a classroom. I struggled with I struggle finding food. I struggle with a lot of education problems. But then one day, an opportunity came to me because I saw a scholarship, and I wanted to take a lot of effort to get it. So just like Michael Jordan said, all you need is one chance, and this is what we're here for you. We're giving you a chance, and we're putting the ball on your corner. Thank you.
5 minutes.
All right, so let's go back to the beginning here, and let's take another look. I'm going to pause the recording here for just a minute and come back to this. All right, so here we are back again. Let me go back to sharing the screen with you guys. And let me get this back up. I just had a thought and I wanted to go through it. So for the most part here, you guys did a really pretty darn good job. Let's start going through this from the beginning and get at some specifics and hopefully helpful feedback.
My name is Jack Snare, and I'm the Vice President of Monsanto Company. I'm here with some of my fellow Vice Presidents, and we're going to be presenting to you about why we think, or about how we can inspire confidence in your writing.
So this is a pretty good introduction. Jack, you need to make sure that it's clear in your head why we think you start and how we can, when you do that, try to stay clear as to what it is you guys are trying to accomplish. From my side, it was a touch confusing. Are you going to tell me your opinion, or are you going to show me something? And I think ultimately, in a lot of ways, what you guys really are showing us is your opinion as to why I, as a student, really should be paying attention to writing, which I think is perfectly fine. That's a great theme for this presentation. You just want to have that clear in your own head, and you're getting there. We're learning how to do this. It's not that easy at one level. So let's keep going.
So starting things off, I'm just going to show you a motivational video by one of my personal friends, Michael Jordan, and we'll just leave you with that.
All right, so let me pause it again here. That was a phenomenal handoff, wasn't it? Amber was waiting. She was ready. She knew what you were going to do. You told her it was going to happen. You told us it was going to happen. Bang. There's the video. It's happening. Great job. You guys did a really sweet job here. Really well done. I'm going to skip through this video because you guys are pretty sure what it says. Okay. There.
About what Michael Jordan says, right?
Actually, let me bring it back just a little bit here because I want to comment on this as well.
Kind of thinking about what Michael Jordan says right there. That quote, what motivates me is the unknown. And as long as it is an unknown, that means I have a chance.
So again, the handoff was phenomenal, right? Amber had full control of what was going on. You knew what she was going to be doing, Jack. The transition from one to the other was really great. I'm really impressed by how well you guys did this. Congratulations. It's a job very, very well done. Way to go. And then I like the quote here. You stumbled a little bit, Jack. Should you be perfect? It's a hard one, right? I mean, should you have known this one by heart? Maybe. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna let it go. There's no point to beating this to death. It's a little tricky, this kind of thing, isn't it?
You guys, you're seniors in high school. You're about to take a big leap into the unknown. No matter where you're going to college, going to work, just, living, it doesn't matter. You're taking a big step. We're going to be giving you some tools and some tips and tricks to help you guys move on into that unknown. And right now, I'll pass things off to my fellow Vice President, Brendan.
Again, Jack, you're doing a really good job here. You're bringing it back to the video. It's the unknown. Miguel's going to close with that at the end. So you're really setting us up for this idea that the unknown is what you're seeing out there for us, and you're going to help us deal with the unknown better. And I really like how you made sure that this theme was clear in our heads as the audience, and I think that was really, really valuable. Well done.
Scholarships and writing.
Great transition again,
well, it's a big
right?
deal, guys. Scholarships that Monsanto offers is amazing. For example, we have a 25.
Let's look a little bit at the body language here. And we're going to see what Brandon's doing. It really seems pretty comfortable, doesn't it? I mean, it's genuine. You can connect with it. Just watch him, right? We can watch Amber here. She possibly, let me put this on pause for a sec. She could have considered sitting down at this point because her job's done. She's not going to be talking. She did the work unless you're still clicking, Amber. I don't recall seeing that. It looks like Brandon doesn't have a clicker in his hand, so I guess you were doing the clicking, which is fine. And then your other two guys are sitting here, but let's watch again. Let's listen.
College. For writing is important through scholarships, through life, really. I've been through multiple resumes and multiple applications for scholarships for important.
Okay, so Amber's getting a real chuckle out of this. Brandon, you're trying to talk through it. You don't want to talk through it. It's obvious, and we can see that you kind of knew what was going on there. Amber, this would be a gutsy move. You could have just come out and started dancing just for fun to let the student know you're hearing that he's got some music on and you think it's cool, you think it's fun. Break up your presentation at this point. This is why I did this. I did this to every team, is to see how you handle that, because you're going to get that kind of thing from some high school students somewhere in that room. They're going to do something like that. And it's an opportunity in a way for you to connect with that student and show that this talking head presentation isn't the thing that matters the most. What matters the most is your audience. And if your audience is off doing some listening to some rap, run with it. And be ready to change your presentation just a little bit, work through it, keep an eye on your time, obviously. But it was there. Look at her. She's just smiling so much and she's having so much fun. Just go with it. It shows the audience that you understand, that you care, that you're there with them.
And I've seen 4.0s and all those. And yeah, they're important, but at the same time, if the writing is just not there, I'm going to push it aside. For example, a comma or how they speak within that writing. That's your first interaction with the recruiter. So writing is really important. I highly encourage
Again,
you.
we've got natural line, good stretches, Miguel. You know you're coming on, so might as well get loosened up.
Subject, as well as like LinkedIn, where you can find internships as well. Now I'm going to hand it off to Miguel, Vice President.
Again, an excellent transition. I'm going to comment on your slides, which overall are very, very good. This one I disagree with, and let me tell you why. If you have both of those on there, what happened, and this is what happened to me. I'm looking at this, and then I'm looking at that, and then I'm trying to make sense of it. And I'm getting both at once, and there's a disconnect in what this one says and what that one says. So I'm off my head trying to figure it out. Let me let Miguel talk for a little bit, and I'll get back to this, okay?
Thank you. So, writing is very important for you in your careers. As silly as it sounds, any kind of mistake can change the whole meaning of your presentation. As we can see here, we don't want to eat one of our family members. We want to make sure that we put the comma on the right place. That way they really understand our message. We want to share a meal with them. We don't want to eat them.
So I think what you should have done, which would have been better, is cut this slide in half. When Miguel says that language is really important, just put this one up on its own first, right? And people can see that and go, whoa, that's weird. And Miguel says, yeah, but we don't really eat a family member. And then put this one up on the next slide. We want to eat as a family. And say, see the difference between the two. And then you can flip back and forth between them. But I think that would have been a much better way to present it. This isn't a horror story. It's just, it really struck me both in the original presentation. It strikes me every time I watch it now. I really do think you would have wanted to break this up.
So, as funny as this sounds, this is very important. But I just want to leave you guys with a reflection and changing the tone of this presentation, I just want to say that I was a kid just like you, sitting in a classroom. I struggle with I struggle finding food. I struggle with a lot of education problems. But then one day, an opportunity came to me because.
So Miguel, I don't know for sure, and I'm not there to ask you. I think you weren't sure where you should go with this idea that you struggled with food and getting food. I got the sense from you that you thought maybe that wasn't a good place to go. Um, but if it's a true story, it's a great place to go. Just say it. It's your story. You at one point struggled with getting food. That happened to me too. When I was in my early 20s, I dropped out of school. The unemployment rate was drastic for students or people our age. I had ended up living on welfare for a few months. I couldn't get a job. It was nothing there. I couldn't even get a dishwashing job. And it was hard. Lived in the basement of a ladies' room from the church I was involved with, and there was a bed, and I used the sink from the wash tub, and that was it. I was allowed to go up twice a week to use or shower, and that's real. And there's nothing to be ashamed of there. And if that's the story you had to tell, it would have been okay to say it. You seemed to hedge as to whether you wanted to go there or not. All I'm saying is this: I think if you had gone there, it would have been perfectly fine. I think your audience would have really been able to relate to it strongly, because watch how you close this out.
I saw a scholarship. I wanted to take a lot of effort to get it. So just like Michael Jordan said, all you need is one chance, and this is what we're here for you. We're giving you a chance, and we're putting the ball on your corner. Thank you.
So that's a perfect end, of course. We're putting the ball in your court is beautiful. And you can just talk about this one chance. So overall here, we've got a really pretty strong presentation. I'm being a little nitpicky with you because I want to help you make perfect presentations as much as we can ever do that. And we can. It does happen on occasion. But let's move on to the question and answers now. Great job, lady and gentlemen. Well done.
5 minutes.
Okay, you guys got to stop being so shy here. Just it's question and answer time. Come on out. There needs to be a clear thing. Amber should be coming out with you to the front of the room here too. You're hesitating too much. And in part that might be because your audience is being a pain. You don't know, well, where should we go? What should we do? At some point here, this comes down to controlling the presentation. We're finished. We're going to come out and talk with you guys now. You may be going back and forth, but establish a position of power in the room so that everybody in the room understands that the presentation is something that you're controlling, and we're now ready to move on to the next thing, which is to take questions.
Waiting for you to ask. Now,
there you go. Now you're out there.
I like to,
obviously Amber's listening, which is very cool. You guys are uber cool over here. Well, you guys, careful, Miguel. You don't want to have your hands in your pocket. That's rarely a good thing to be doing when you're speaking.
Right. I like to express myself in my writing. And is it okay to use a fancy script font in business communication? Like when you're writing a letter to an executive?
Unfortunately, it is not. The industry standard is Times New Roman size 12 font. Usually just having a different font in general, it just implies that you don't know what the professional standard is. So as much as it's unfortunate to hear, it's not just a professional standard.
Isn't that a beautiful answer? Hey, unfortunately, it's not. I know you really want to do this. This would be exciting. But here's what you need to do. You outline specifically Times New Romans, size 12 font, bang, this is what you must do. And we're really sorry, but if you want to write a letter to an executive, there it is. Really well done. Consider it a kind answer.
Any other question?
Miguel's waiting for me. So, hey, I'm going to keep it real, right? I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm going to be like 2 Chainz or Big Sean, 42 Doug, right? I mean, how's any of this shit gonna help me? I mean, writing letters, not eating grandma. I wouldn't want to eat grandma. I mean, what's this gonna do for me if I want to rap?
Well, think about it. They have to write their lyrics for their songs, right? You know, it's not that all of them are grammatically.
I want to go back here. Watch over here what happens. This is kind of cool. If I want to rap.
Well, think
Watch
about it. They
Amber.
have to write their lyrics for their song.
Amber had that smile. She was ready to answer that question. And Jackie jumped in, which is perfectly fine. But you could see she's got something in mind. And we're going to see what she has in mind toward the end of the presentation here. But Jack's going and he's doing fine.
Right? You know, it's not that all of them are grammatically correct every time, but you know, they have to figure out words that, you know, rhyme with each other, that flow.
Hey, I can do
Having
that.
simple, you know, base understanding of grammar, I think, helps you able to, you know, come up with those rhymes.
Okay. So here she comes. Also, she started it. Jack gave us a nice answer. He didn't push the idea of it down our throat. He's going, yeah, well, you know, it's rap, so it's a little more off the cuff. And still, it's worth knowing how to do this stuff because it'll allow you to express yourself better, which is really a good answer. And let's see what Amber has to say.
Understanding of grammar, I think, helps you able to, you know, come up with those rhymes.
Okay.
Also, we communicate with professionals like managers and things like that will help you further your career. And you want to be talking to these people in a professional manner. And that way, you can not only further your career, but get better opportunities and end up making more money.
Good. Okay, so that was a great answer, Amber. You did a really nice job there again of bringing in a little something. Louise and I talked about this. We figured that's probably sort of the answer you want to give. Well, you want to make sure that you know how to write to record executives and stuff like that. And I think it was good for that you went there. Overall, this presentation was very strong. I think it's worth an A, and of course that's what I'm going to give you, because you really flow it well. You have control of the presentation. You got control of the video. It was well done. It moved well one from the other. There were little things that of course I picked at, but then that's sort of my job, is to help you see the little pieces. Keep working away at those. I'm confident you're going to be able to fix those up. They weren't horror stories. They're just little pieces that can help you become even stronger presenters. And I'm very confident guys will be able to do it. So again, excellent job on this presentation. There was a lot going on. It was really well done. It flowed very smoothly. Your handoffs were great. It was straightforward, easy to follow. You made a major point. That point was easy to take in for your audience. So an excellent, excellent job. Well done, everybody, and I'm going to stop and say goodbye.